Hey, friends, how are you out there? Welcome to Mondays at Microsoft. This is where we break down everything that's happening in the Microsoft universe, including modern work and Power Platform and AI business solutions and the whole nine yards. I'm Karuana Gatimu. I'm the director of the Customer Advocacy Group for AI and Collaboration, and I'm joined by my fantastic friend.
Hello, good morning, Caruana. Hello, everybody. Yay from San Francisco. Ah,
Woo!
I know. So excited. It's awesome. Oh, and I'm Heather Cook. Yeah. Yeah. On Caruana's team, I run our wonderful advocacy programs, many of them for M365 for our community. So thrilled to be with you today from Ignite. Yay. So what's going on, Caruana? My goodness, there's so much, right? Woo!
There is so much coming up. Oh my goodness. I'm just happy to be here. We
I
are
am
coming to
too.
you live from San Francisco. That is where Microsoft Ignite is happening this week. But Microsoft Ignite is a global event. Whether you're here in San Francisco or watching us online, you are definitely part of the family this week. So
Yeah.
make sure that you stay up to date on everything that's happening. And let's get into what's coming up.
Yeah, we're going to kick off Ignite. You're going to do that here about San Francisco and Ignite. We're also going to talk about how Land of Lakes and Microsoft are partnering to accelerate AI in agriculture.
And we'll be looking at what's new in Microsoft 365 Copilot, including an exciting announcement about the SharePoint Knowledge Agent. Stick around with us for the next 30 minutes and you will not want to miss all the exciting stuff that we are talking about. Of course, hit all the buttons, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, and a huge shout out to our big sponsor, Shore.
Absolutely. And we are always planning for future episodes, as you know. So for our next season, we want to hear about your favorite segments, how you watch the show, and anything we can do to shape future episodes. So visit the link below to share your thoughts and give us some feedback. With that, we're going to get into our Big Rocks segment, and Caroline is going to kick us off here with, I believe, our question of the day. So,
Yes, our question of the day is so important. I do want to say we read those surveys you to put in. So, keep that feedback coming. Really appreciate it. Today, our question of the day is, what are you excited to hear about at Microsoft Ignite? Put your answer in the chat. We're going to come back and talk about what you said. Is there something that you're looking for specifically? What is actually exciting to you about this show? Let us know. And now we're going to talk about Ignite itself. You can still register for our virtual show. And our virtual show, everything is online. And let me tell you, this is free training. This is free training for you and your career. So you want to go to ignite.microsoft.com, put that virtual registration in, because even if you're working, you can't watch it during the day, you can come back and see all of the information later on. You want to join us at 8 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, November 18th, to learn about how Microsoft's providing the most complete AI story in the marketplace. We far outstrip everyone so that we can empower our customers to become frontier. Our opening keynote is going to feature Judson Alhoff. He's the CEO of the Microsoft Commercial Business, joined by Scott Guthrie and Charles Lamanna and Ryan Roslansky and Asha Sharma. And they're going to unveil all of those latest innovations driving the next wave of AI transformation, right? We're empowering people and organizations across industries to redefine what it means to become frontier. So from this link, you can add our opening keynote to your calendar. We go live at 9 a.m. and make sure that you watch out for the Microsoft Ignite Book of News. That Book of News really consolidates all of the various announcements across all of our product spaces, not just about AI. And it's a fantastic resource. Now, if you're here in San Francisco, in this beautiful city, you might want to consider joining us for the Sure Party. The Sure is hosting the future of the AI-powered workplace. It's a celebration of innovation, creativity, and what's coming next in modern work. And you can join industry leaders on Tuesday, November 18th from 7 to 10 at the Hibernia in San Francisco. Dinner, drinks, live music, and, maybe even Heather and I will be there. You never know. Make sure to come up to us and let's get a selfie together. That would be so fun. So if you want in, just scan the QR code to RSVP. Now, one of the most important parts of Microsoft Ignite is this is also when we do the Microsoft Partner of the Year Awards. I used to work at a Microsoft partner, and these are companies that are dedicated to implementing Microsoft technologies and other things for our customers. It's a fantastic ecosystem of very talented people. And each year, Microsoft partners, they redefine what's possible for customers through innovation and collaboration and trust, and they build with the Microsoft Cloud and AI. The Partner of the Year awards celebrate impact. These awards recognize partners who set a new standard of excellence. And boy, people are really pushing right now. They are really doing some amazing things out there in that ecosystem on behalf of our customers. In addition to the global award categories, we're recognizing partners from over 80 countries and regions as part of the Country and Region Partner of the Year Awards. So we're going to celebrate these achievements together at Ignite, and we're going to recognize the success and share the insights and continue to accelerate the opportunity to innovate together. Now, my favorite part, you know, this is coming. This is where Heather and I are going to be, and so many other cool people. We are going to be on the show floor in the Community Hub. We love that you can search the actual session catalog by community this year. That really benefits people who are here. We love being included in the big session catalog because we have a theater there where we do all these fun and important topics that we share with you. That's where I'm giving my session on all the things we're announcing in the adoption space. And so make sure that you look for us. There's career, inclusion, tech talks that go a little bit deeper. And that's where my entire team is going to be. And it's going to be a very fun time had by all. So speaking of the future of AI, Heather is now going to take us inside what's new with GPTs.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be at the Community Hub all week.
I know. I know. And, you know, shout out to the whole team. They've really taken the Community Hub to the next level. I'm so excited about everything that's happening there because you and I both know that community is where you make those lifelong connections and you can
100%.
really meet people that can answer your questions after you're gone from Microsoft Ignite.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is we're working hugely cross team. You know, that's the other cool thing about Ignite. You know, Ignite is like in a board game, it's an all play. Yeah. Right. Like it's like everybody, you know, like everybody at the house, you know, everybody on the dance party floor, you know, like, so it's so much of Microsoft in general, the events team and the product teams and our senior leadership and all of that stuff, everybody coming together. So it's a big week. And again, yes, thank you to the team for ESC, the events team working with us on the Community Hub. It's just super exciting. So big yay for everybody on there. And the GPT 5.1, very exciting. And that's a big new announcement. So we have, and also there's about like 17,000 people here this week. My goodness, it's going to be hard to get a restaurant booking. I mean, hey, but last week we made GPT 5.1 available in Microsoft Copilot Studio alongside OpenAI's release. So this is available as an experimental model for US customers. It's an early release cycle. It's in Power Platform environments. So GPT 5.1 series is going to bring improved adaptability and thinking time, both in chat and in reasoning. So you can read about that blog there, and you can go check it out right now, which is really cool. So yeah, it's, you know, so much innovation and things are happening around these GPTs. And as you can see, we're at pace with what's going on in the world and leading on, you know, making sure that our models and language and responsible AI are, you know, leading the pack for sure. So it's really exciting to see that. And there's a lot of news always going on, and we have a whole, in case you missed it, segment as well. And Karuana, I know that you're excited about this next announcement as well, because it's another great program that's been around a long time. So
yes, absolutely. There is so much happening. You know, again, that's why we do this show, to keep you up to date. We do all the research so you don't have to. And many of you probably already know about this, but the Microsoft 365 Insider Program turns 10 this year. You know, that's the place where you can have a subset of the people inside your organization get the new features first so that you can test them out. You can understand how you're going to help train people. You can use our materials for that. And the Microsoft 365 Insider Story is really your story, right? Every new feature and piece of feedback has moved us forward, because you definitely get that opportunity to give us feedback about the features that we're delivering. And I really want to celebrate everybody who works on that program. Here's to the next decade of creativity and community. It's come such a long way from introducing features that facilitate productivity and collaboration to advancements in accessibility and artificial intelligence. They really do the whole scope in that program, and it is absolutely a community. So many of those features have been influenced and benefited by your feedback. So we're so grateful for everybody there, and big shout out to them for 10 years. That's a big deal.
I was going to say woot woot, right? Give them some woot woot for sure. Yeah. Okay. So before I got this, I had to have this section. I had to give this to myself because, okay. Do you remember when Madonna and Mike Myers were on and SNL and they did the whole coffee talk? And we're going to
Yes.
talk and we're going to have coffee and we're going to talk and we're going to like show the nails. Okay. Show your nails because they're gorgeous. Okay. Bring them up. Okay. Okay. Yes, I got purple. She's got this beautiful. So we're gonna have some coffee and talk. And I had to do this because it's Land O'Lakes, right? Remember, you like butter, you like Land O'Lakes, right? And this is a story about Land O'Lakes. And I was like, when am I ever gonna get to do that? Ever? Okay. So I'm gonna have my coffee and I'm gonna talk to you about Land O'Lakes for a second. Okay. So here we go. I know I'm silly, but you know what? That's the deal.
If people wanted boring, they wouldn't be watching our show, Heather.
This is true. This is true. Okay, everybody, we're at Microsoft and we're talking about Land O'Lakes. Land O'Lakes is actually serious business. Okay, they have an amazing company that's been around forever and ever. But I had to reference that great skit. So Microsoft and Land O'Lakes has announced a multi-year strategic alliance to revolutionize agriculture through AI. So at the heart of the partnership is this called Oz, which is a customer-built digital assistant leveraging AI Foundry and Land O'Lakes' extensive agronomic data. Oz delivers instant tailored insights to help farmers optimize crop yields, manage costs, and mitigate risks. So the collaboration underscores really the critical role of AI in addressing challenges like rising production costs and shrinking margins, while empowering retail agronomists. Oh my gosh, how do you say that? Agronomists. That's a new one on me. With actionable farm-specific solutions. The initiative, it also highlights Land O'Lakes' broader digital transformation, including migration to Microsoft Azure and adoption of Copilot tools, which really signifies this whole new era of tech-driven agriculture. Super cool story, great blog, and Land O'Lakes, you like butter. For sure. So anyway, that takes us into vibe coding. I don't know what I should how I should talk about vibe coding, but I could probably go into my California speak, but I'll save you all that. But imagine building an app without writing a single line of code, right? So just by talking through your idea. And that's really the promise of this thing called vibe coding that you're hearing about all over the place. So it's a term that was coined by Andre Karpathy, and it's transforming software development. So what's so cool about this story, I yelled when I saw this story because it spotlights Doher Drizzle Pablo, who is a Microsoft MVP. She's also an MGCI regional leader, and she organizes our Tech Bahamian events in the Philippines. She's amazing. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, there's this great story on Microsoft News. And so, she's always really fostering community learning and innovation. But the thing about this story is that she was turning some of her frustration in with tedious expense reports into creativity. And she used Microsoft Power Apps and AI-driven tools like Copilot to build a custom expense management app in 2 hours without traditional coding. So this, conversational approach to app building is democratizing technology. So enabling anyone from a business professional to a seasoned developer to create solutions faster and more creatively. So experts like David Fowler and Amanda Silver were emphasizing in the article that vibe coding accelerates prototyping and experimentation, and it reduces that blank page problem for developers. Similar to writers, when you're staring at a blank page, sometimes you're like, where do I even start? With this vibe coding, it's really then just talking about what you're trying to build and what you want to see and what solution you want to solve, so it's really empowering non-technical folks to solve our real world problems that we have every day. So, and, with speed comes responsibility. So with the safeguards that we have in place and, the rigorous reviews, we're trying to ensure production grade quality every time with the vibe coding. So, Drizzle is such an amazing person in our community. I was so thrilled to see this article. But from lemonade stands to enterprise workflows, vibe coding is really just unlocking creativity for people of all ages while keeping security and scalability at the forefront, of course. So, it's not, and I know people are like, oh, vibe coding is just a trend. And I think it's really a shift more to outcome driven development, and you have a coding partner with AI. So I also wanted to give a shout out. Great article, super fun. But Community Days Tech Bahanian 2025 is coming up December 3rd and 4th in Philippines in Makati City. So if you're in the Philippines, definitely go check that out. These are awesome events. They are, in Philippines, it's the largest tech-powered community event that they have, championing inclusion and innovation. And it's really a movement in this country. It's, really driving digital fluency, celebrating Filipino ingenuity, and, building that next generation of empowered change makers. So just super excited about this article, and that was awesome. And Drizzle, yay. And thank you so much for what you do for the community. And definitely check out this event coming up in the Philippines. So, yeah.
Well,
Wasn't that
that's
fun?
exciting. That was exciting. See, when I
Yeah.
just listen to you, I just learn things. Like I just learned things. Like, collaborative, outcome driven development. That was some brilliant stuff there, girl. Absolutely.
But
And
yeah,
these community events are labors of love. You and I will know that.
yeah,
Nobody gets paid for them. They do them as volunteers.
yeah,
They do them because they really care about people in their community having skills and growing their careers. And so, my hat's always off to folks who do these events, and how wonderful that it got highlighted that way.
yeah. Super cool. And now product. So much happening, and so much we can't talk about because it's all going to be
No, so much
announced
we can't talk about
soon.
yet because we're not going to scoop everything that's happening at night.
Mm-mm.
I know you'd like us
Yeah,
to, but
yeah,
we like our jobs, so we're not going to do that.
yeah.
But we are going to tell you about some things that you might have missed across Microsoft 365 and all the other areas. And the Knowledge Agent is now in preview. So if you missed this and don't know what this is the built-in capability in SharePoint that prepares organizations' content for AI. Have you ever been to a site and you look at it and you think, oh, all this stuff is out of date, or I'm looking for a particular fact or piece of information. How am I going to find it in all these files? Well, Knowledge Agent to the rescue. It's fully optimized for Microsoft 365 Copilot, and it enriches and organizes SharePoint pages and files into structured, authoritative format, right? That gives the large language models and all of these capabilities something really solid to reason over, right? So it's designed to help you manage, organize, and get more value from your content. And so you can work smarter, not harder, right? So let's take a quick look at Knowledge Agent in action.
Imagine I'm Carol, a marketing manager at a smart clothing company called Zava, and we're gearing up to launch our new product line, Zava Core Fiber. I start by reviewing our SharePoint library. It's a bit messy, with product specs, pitch decks, roadmaps, covering all our various brands, with no naming standards or metadata to make sense of everything here. Luckily, getting started with AI is easier than ever. The Knowledge Agent is right there, ready to help. And I ask it to organize the library. It automatically suggests columns and tags each file with metadata, making it easy to spot what's relevant for Zava Core Fiber launch. To stay on top of any new documentation created, I ask Knowledge Agent to send me an email when new files about Zava Core Fiber are created. This way, I can ensure everything is aligned and nothing slips through the cracks. I can also prompt the agent to show me only the files that I need, and it uses metadata to do that. Filling metadata gaps prevents confusion and duplication. So when teammates ask Copilot or an agent to help, they get a contextualized and correct answer. Okay, so I switch over to Teams and I see an urgent message from David, our regional sales manager, about a supply chain challenge with one of our key fabrics, graphene mesh. Instead of digging through specs or forwarding the question to the engineering team, I ask Knowledge Agent directly from the product specs library. Knowledge Agent returns a contextual, detailed response, pulling from document content and metadata. I send Knowledge Agent's response back to David because now I'm confident it's accurate and grounded in our latest product documentation.
Knowledge Agent is a foundational shift in content management. Now we made it even easier for admins to test it with confidence. And this is really where our AI capabilities are separated from others in our governance, security, and control. control. First, site level opt-in. You can now enable Knowledge Agent on selected SharePoint sites, validate real scenarios, and build trust before you roll it out broadly. There's also licensing clarity. When Knowledge Agent hits general availability, it will be included in the Microsoft 365 Copilot license. No extra SKU, no surprise costs. Eligible tenants will start seeing a new agent button on the lower right corner of SharePoint surfaces, unlocking these advanced features like automated content enrichment, metadata optimization, and intelligent page summaries. And if you want a deep dive, Adam Harmus and John Miles are here at Ignite, and they are going to give a SharePoint AI session that you can catch live in San Francisco or online. So get started with this preview and understand how this is really going to shift the way that you manage content in your environment. Now, Microsoft offers in-country data processing for Copilot as well. This is another very important component. You want to know that your data stays where it needs to stay. And we announced a major step towards data sovereignty by enabling in-country data processing for Microsoft 365 Copilot interactions in 15 countries. And this move strengthens our compliance and privacy controls, which are so essential to being able to trust AI services in your organization. And it addresses global concerns about data residency and regulatory requirements. So for enterprises operating in regions with strict data governance laws, this update ensures that AI-powered productivity tools remain secure and compliant. By the end of 2025, Microsoft will offer customers in 4 countries, Australia, the United Kingdom, India, and Japan, the option to have Microsoft 365 Copilot interactions processed in country. And in 2026, we'll expand this option to customers in 11 more countries, including Canada, Germany, Italy, Malaysia, Poland, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and the UAE, as well as the United States. This is a huge step forward, and hopefully that is also helping you to really understand how you can lean into these capabilities, but rest assured that your data is safe and secure.
Very, very cool. That's another expansion that's just awesome to so many countries. So I'd love to see that for sure.
It's a fantastic amount of work, and we're building on our data sovereignty infrastructure that we've had for many, many years. So this is where, the power of Microsoft really comes to the fore, because we know how to do this. We know how to do data sovereignty. And so we're bringing that to all the AI workloads, and shout out to the engineering teams who make that happen. They are toiling there, sometimes in the back room. And I appreciate them very much.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And we're going to, I'll flip into a little product news on the business application side as well, because there's lots of stuff always obviously going on over there. So our good friend and fellow speaker, Kendra Springer, just posted what's new in Copilot Studio October 2025 updates. So, these happen once a month. The latest update really introduces tons of powerful new features designed to enhance customization and control for enterprise users. Some highlights are advanced tuning capabilities, improved integration with Microsoft Graph, and expanded options for building domain-specific Copilot. So all of these updates really aim to make Copilot more adaptable to your unique business needs, enabling organizations to deliver those personalized AI's experience at scale, and with all the enhancements, continuing to push the boundaries of AI-driven productivity, offering tools that help businesses innovate faster. So there's tons of information in these updates, and most product teams do a what's new in X product for the month. So they're usually on all of their blogs, so you can check those out, monthly to get that sort of big dump of like all the new features and things that are coming out. And Kendra puts that one out for Copilot Studio, and it's awesome. So, and one thing just to also say before I get into community news is, Power Platform Conference just happened in Las Vegas. There's tons of content and wrap emails and people posting about their experiences about it on LinkedIn. So keep your eyes out for that. There's some really great posts. So many people had such a great time there, and you'll see that this week from Ignite as well. There'll be tons of great posts by tons of people in the community and our product teams, about what they did, what they found, what they're sharing, and all of that. So yeah, LinkedIn is really that place for so much of that information that's coming out right now. So definitely keep your eyes out over there. So it's good. Let's see. community events. Woo-woo! So you can always check those out at our communitydays.org site, our 3-year-old one-stop shop for community events in the Microsoft ecosystem. A couple of cool things that are happening. I love seeing these watch party events pop up regionally for Microsoft Ignite. So in New York City, they're having a community summit. Nellie Delgado and Betsy Weber are put that event on, and it's downtown in Manhattan. Was just there for AI tour, so excited for that community. And then also Pat McGowan, who's our MGCI regional lead, Chris Alecho, Maureen Stein, and Jay Leask are putting on a watch party in Washington D.C., an unconference watch party. So super cool. Love to see those, y'all. Very, very fun. ESPC in Dublin, Ireland is coming up. We're going to be going there in a few weeks. Jeff Teeper and Jamie Tevan are keynoting along with me and Karuana. If you haven't registered yet, there's still time. And with our community code, you can get €200 off, which is pretty awesome. ESPC 25 COMM for community. Just super excited to get to that event. Yeah, and it has been a whirlwind, y'all. It's like we're going to Ignite, we're going to ESPC, and the AI tours are going on. So, oh my goodness, lots and lots of stuff. So we have had again, it is event season, and so we've had tons of events happening. These were the things that just happened all over the world. Vancouver, Tunis, Tunisia, Dubai. The Viva Engage Festival, that was a trifecta of awesome. So many things happening. TechCon Dallas, it's a great show, updating things in Prague for the Update Conference. And then we have a whole lot of stuff coming up. So in November, tons of events again. We've got those 2 watch parties, Shift Inter Summit, Smart Cloud, and Collab Days Oslo, where I'm going and I will be keynoting. I'm really excited. I've never been to Norway before, so I'm thrilled to put that passport stamp in, which is really fun. And then we have a bunch of paid events coming up as well. As we all know, Ignite is happening. And if you haven't registered, this virtual component, everybody can register. Definitely want to bookmark those. We've got Cloud Built in Antwerp, Smart Cloud. My goodness, there's so much going on. Tech Bahanian, which we talked about in the Philippines, just tons and tons of shows. ESPC coming up, and then, FabCon. Oh, a really cool fun thing with FabCon is that they also just announced SequelCon. In addition to FabCon, same place, 2 conferences. And so that's a big brand new announcement. I saw, Remerit, who is one of our partners over on the data side of the house, she just posted, Arun Ulag has a blog about announcing SequelCon at FabCon in Atlanta coming up in March. So super cool. Neat to see that, of course. And we've got, all of our great resources and social media accounts and everything that you can follow for Mondays at Microsoft, our Microsoft Tech community, our Microsoft Global Community Initiative, all the goodness there you can check out for sure and see what's going on there. So yeah. Good stuff.
Fantastic. So many things happening. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's hop into our chat and see
Yeah.
our answers of the day. Let's see what people are excited about. I'm going to look over here. I think we already made people happy because someone was very interested in finding out about the SharePoint agent and the Copilot capabilities.
Oh, cool.
And I love this. Abby is excited about attending accessibility focused sessions. Yay, Abby. There's so much that's going on about that in our space. We're very committed to making sure that all of these capabilities can be accessed by everyone and are truly inclusive. So thank you for shouting that out, Abby. Appreciate that and reminding people how important that is. And I just have to say, Abby's also the person who was reminded because of you, Heather, that it's Land O'Lakes hot cocoa season. So very important. She's reminding me of that as well. I need to go buy some Land O'Lakes hot cocoa, and we'll all think of your coffee episode while we drink that Land O'Lakes stuff. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
Heather and I are going to join you actually live from ESPC in Dublin for our next show. I love these. It just happened to work out that way with our schedule that we're here on site and we get to actually do the show from our respective hotel rooms.
Yeah, you can tell, oh wait, here,
oh yeah, right.
Ring light,
Thank you so much for joining us for another Mondays at Microsoft. We are here for you. Fill out those surveys, give us your feedback, share us with your friends, And, don't forget, all this technology is really about you and how it benefits you, your organization, your
100%.
career. We
Yeah.
are here to empower all of you. Thank you, Heather, for being here with me as
Oh,
always. And
you're welcome. And
we'll
you know what?
see-
Last thing too,
yes,
book of news. The book of news. Did we mention the book of
we
news?
did mention the book of news at the
Okay.
top of the
It's
show.
like it's probably
Absolutely.
like eminently posting, y'all. So
Yeah,
check it
we
out.
don't have the link yet, but we will
Mhm.
make sure it gets out to you when we have
Yep.
it. And it will consolidate all of the announcements from the show here for sure. So,
Yeah.
but you can
Sounds
just
good.
come back next time and we'll talk about it too.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
follow
Wrap
along
it
in
up.
the board game of life, and we'll see
All
you
right.
all play. We'll see you soon.
All play. It's an all play. All right. Bye. Thanks, Karuana. Thanks, Aaron. Yay. Have a great
Bye.
day, everybody. Okay.